My best friend is pregnant. I happily took her to the hospital where my ex-boyfriend works for an examination. My ex-boyfriend Sean looked at me with a half smile. Yours? I was stunned again, and again. What are you talking about? Is the baby yours? No. I shook my head subconsciously. Then why are you so happy? Showing 2 rows of big white teeth. Me. My best friend is pregnant. I'm going to be the godmother. It's really a happy and congratulatory thing. I happily took her into the office where my ex-boyfriend is. It happened to be Sean's turn to be on duty at noon on Wednesday. At this time, he was the only one in the office. I'm going to be the godmother. Whenever I think that I will have a human cub in the future, I'm extremely happy. Small. Wendy's. It must be very fun. Thinking of this, I couldn't close my mouth with joy and said in a show-off tone, Sean, my best friend is pregnant. Sean was amused by me. Mine? I was stunned. I looked at my best friend, and then at my ex-boyfriend. I snorted softly. Are you kidding? Of course it's not yours. So, is it yours? I was stunned again. So? This guy Sean even threw an English sentence at me. So Shelly, is the baby yours? Sean asked again. No. I shook my head subconsciously. Then why are you so happy? Showing 2 rows of big white teeth. Me, just speechless. Before I could speak, Sean asked again, since it's not mine, nor yours, then why did you come to me? I got excited all of a sudden. Sean, is the hospital run by your family? Why can't I come? No. The dean's surname is Xiao. And my surname is Shenhe. How could it be run by my family? Sean replied very naturally. I couldn't help humming twice. Isn't that all right? You are a doctor. Of course I brought Kiki here for an examination. Sean looked at me with a smile. Sherry. Those who don't know might think it was you who were pregnant. Why weren't you so happy when you were with me? I couldn't help rolling my eyes. Sean. After all, I'm the godmother of the child. What's wrong with me being happy for a while? Even if you can't be happy, you can't stop others from celebrating. Sean's face turned red instantly. Sherry. Don't talk nonsense. I snorted in a rather good mood. Then I turned my head and saw my best friend's father coming in. Oh my God. It's all over. The 3 of us stood up together and looked at each other. Uncle. I was the first to speak. Director Key. My ex-boyfriend was the second to speak. Dad. My best friend was the last to speak. Sean was confused. He kept looking at me, with 3 question marks on his head. Is Director Key Kiki's father? Sean asked me with lip language. I ignored him. Since Kiki had called him dad, how could it be wrong? Xiao ran. Kiki, why are you here? Why did you come here for no reason? My best friend was panicked and held my hand tightly. I frantically signaled to Sean with my eyes to cover up the information about my best friend on the table. But he was so stupid, he didn't understand what I meant at all. Alas. Tired heart. The teammate is too lousy. I can't carry him. 3 Dad. Sherry is pregnant. I accompanied her to the hospital for an examination. My best friend opened her mouth in public. Instantly, my legs went weak and I almost wanted to kneel down to my best friend. Kiki. You can't play like this. I accompanied you for the examination. But you dragged me into the water instead. My best friend tugged at my sleeve and signaled me with her eyes to help her. Forget it. For the sake of my 23-year-old friendship with Kiki, I'll go all out. My face turned red. I closed my eyes. Yes. Uncle. It's me. I'm pregnant. So I asked Kiki to accompany me for the examination. My best friend let out a sigh of relief. And so did I. All right. Since I've said this, Uncle Key shouldn't suspect her anymore. Right? I thought that the matter had passed like this. As a result, the next second, another person came in. Why are you all here? What great good news is there? Dad. I was panicked instantly. Dean. Sean greeted quickly. And then looked at me in shock and quietly said, "Your father?" I didn't have time to respond to him. "Uncle." My best friend was also panicked. Her legs went weak and she almost fell into my arms. "It's over. The shore of field has arrived. Old Xiao. Congratulations. You're going to be a grandfather." Uncle Qi was all smiles. It seems that he is determined to be the fastest messenger in the world. My father was so shocked that his jaw almost dropped. I was almost about to cry. I looked at my best friend in panic. Her little face was also wrinkled, and she looked extremely distressed. For Dad. I suddenly felt that there was a mouthful of old blood stuck in my throat. I couldn't swallow it or spit it out. I really wanted to dig a hole on the spot, bury myself, and pour some water on it. 18 years later, I, Sherry, would be a little fairy again. Dad. I couldn't help but scream like a groundhog in my heart. Kiki. Kiki. What do you mean by saying that I'm pregnant? I do want to be pregnant. But Sean doesn't cooperate at all. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have dragged my best friend here. I originally thought of coming here to show my presence in front of Sean. But suddenly I forgot that my father, and my best friend's father were also in this hospital. Coincidentally, we ran into the two parents just like that. This shouldn't have happened. My father is usually very busy. He used to be in the emergency department. And he shouldn't be here for inspections either. And my best friend's father. He is in the internal medicine department. Why would he come here? Alas. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. How could I forget? Who is pregnant? My father stuttered for a while. My best friend didn't dare to speak. And neither did I. I looked up and made eye contact with Sean. I was extremely embarrassed and blinked at him. He was a bit stunned, and then blinked at me. I was a bit confused and blinked at him again. Then Sean was stunned again and continued to blink at me. Alas. It's not fun. I'm almost blinking my eyes blind. I won't play with him anymore. 5 my best friend's palms were all sweaty. And I was no better. Dad. Sean suddenly called out crisply. I immediately wanted to cover my heart. Oh my God. This is not fair. Ex-boyfriend. You idiot. That's my father. Not yours. Did I ask you to call him that? I couldn't say a word for a long time. My father asked. Sean. What did you just call me? I quickly said. Dad. Let me introduce him to you. His name is Sean. I know his name is Sean. Don't talk. Sean. You tell me. What's going on? Sean looked at me. And I immediately turned my head away. Don't see me. Don't see me. Don't mention me. Dad. Kiki walked up to Uncle Qi, intending to admit the truth. I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. Well, the misunderstanding will be cleared up soon. At this time, another person came in. He was tall, wearing a baseball cap, a pair of Doc Martens boots and a pair of sunglasses. Why does this person look more and more familiar? This person suddenly looked up. Damn it. Dad. Why are you here? Oh. I remembered. This person was my unreliable older brother. My brother. That idiot. Stared straight. You all know? Huh? I was stunned for a moment. What do we know? 6U. How do you know that my girlfriend is pregnant? My brother stuttered as he spoke. Huh? I was shocked. Brother. You have a girlfriend. Unexpectedly. Unexpectedly. A playboy like my brother actually has a girlfriend? Which girl is so blind to fall for him? Brother. Who is your girlfriend? I happily walked up to my brother. My brother was so nervous that he almost knelt down to me. I laughed. Brother. No. This is not acceptable. I looked up at the door again. Brother. Is your girlfriend outside? My brother shook his head like a rattle drum. No. I'm alone. Sherry. Let your brother talk. Don't interrupt. I want to see what you are hiding from me. My father was angry. Although it couldn't be said that there were a million corpses and rivers of blood, it still scared my brother and me a great deal. I obediently stepped back and stood beside Sean. I was bored. So I secretly pulled Sean's sleeve with my hand. He looked at me. I became more presumptuous. Pulled his hand and even touched it. Sean and I were standing very close. Outsiders should not be able to notice our little movements. Are you hungry? I quietly asked Sean. Huh? The once cold-hearted male god in the medical department now looked like an idiot. 7. Are you hungry? I asked again in a low voice. What did you say? Sean still didn't hear clearly. Sherry. What are you two talking about? Stand apart. Dad. I just wanted to say a few words in my defense when I was scared by my father's look. Sean and I stood a little further apart. My brother was about to say something when Uncle Key said, Old Xiao. We still have other places to visit. Let's go and do our business first. I looked at Uncle Key gratefully. What a good person. Good people will be safe all their lives. Then let's go. Let's go and be busy first. My father left the office. After he left, the few of us all breathed a sigh of relief at the same time. I coughed. Next, we should tell each other our respective things carefully. And it's best to unify our statements so that we can speak for each other at that time. At this time, I fully showed my incomparable leadership talent. Brother, what's going on with you? I was the first to ask. Starting with great interest. I, Cherry, have had no hobbies since I was a child. Except for one thing, being fond of gossip. I looked at my brother. And my head was full of little question marks. Yes. Yes. Who on earth is your girlfriend? My best friend was also extremely curious. With her eyes full of little stars. Tell us quickly. We are very curious about your girlfriend. It made me laugh so hard. On the road of gossiping, Kiki and I may be late. But we will never be absent. Why should I tell you about my affairs? My brother was very unconvinced. I subconsciously kicked him. Are you going to tell or not? Don't waste our time if you don't. My brother compromised. My girlfriend is the daughter of Dad's classmate. Huh? I was instantly stunned. Brother. Are you kidding? Dad's classmate? Sherry. My brother was like a cat with its fur on end. Look where your mind is going. I haven't finished my sentence yet. And you are already asking questions right away. Can you let me finish my sentence? What I mean is my girlfriend is the daughter of Dad's classmate. That is Yvonne. Yvonne? Senior Yvonne from our school? The one who has made achievements in the field of medical research? Sean was greatly shocked. Sean was so astonished. And I couldn't keep calm either. How could Sister Yvonne take a liking to someone like my brother? Oh my God! I exclaimed. Chad. Our pig has rooted up someone else's Chinese cabbage. Sherry. What do you mean? My brother was very unconvinced. Am I that bad? Oh, my goodness. Is Sister Yvonne blind? Or has my brother had extraordinary luck? It seems that when I go back, I have to ask my father to burn some incense for our ancestors properly and check if there is blue smoke rising from our family graveyard. I glanced at my brother and couldn't help shaking my head. My brother and Sister Yvonne are a couple? I'm 100% and willing in my heart. 9. Sister Yvonne is gentle, kind-hearted, well-educated, and graceful. She is also a science whiz. How can my playboy brother be worthy of her? I'm not putting my brother down. In my heart, one of them is like a celestial being in the sky. And the other is like the one on the ground who wants to eat the swan. Someone as excellent as Sister Yvonne should be with me. Sister Yvonne and I. One is gentle and graceful. And the other is lively and active. How well matched this sounds. Whenever I think of Sister Yvonne, I'm extremely happy. When I was a child, every time I visited Sister Yvonne's house, she would take me to Keki's place to buy pastries for me. The more I thought about it, the happier I became. And I decided to go home and send Sister Yvonne a few more darling. Be close to me, emojis. As for my brother, go and stay wherever it's cool. Brother, I'm not sure if I should say this, but deep in my heart, I think you're not worthy of Sister Yvonne. No. Sherry. What do you mean? I'm not that bad either. I pursed my lips and didn't speak. Suddenly, my brother sighed. Alas. Actually, we can't be considered boyfriend and girlfriend anymore. Yvonne plans to dump me. She said that I'm all good looks with no substance. And she also said that she plans to keep the child without the father. I was overjoyed in my heart. Not taking a liking to my brother shows that my dear Sister Yvonne has good taste. So, Sister Yvonne, what are you doing here alone? I asked again. I bribed Yvonne's best friend. She told me that Yvonne was going to have a prenatal checkup in a couple of days. So I planned to come here first and get familiar with the doctor. Then I could ask him to say some good words for me later. Unexpectedly, as soon as I came in, I saw a large group of you gather here, which scared me a lot. My brother glanced at me and then at Chuchi. So, what on earth is going on between you two? Who is pregnant? It's me. My best friend said frankly. I'm the one who is pregnant. It has nothing to do with Sherry. I was about to sigh with admiration for Kiki's courage to take responsibility. But on second thought, she seemed to have pushed the blame onto me just now. I glanced at my best friend. Oh, woman. When your father was here just now, why didn't you admit it straightforwardly? Whose child is it? My brother was full of gossip. It's my male god's. Who is your male god? I kept asking. That is. Is it me? Are you talking about me? I was shocked. Did I hear it wrong? Are my ears blind? Or are my eyes deaf? No. Of course not. Sherry, where did you get that idea? I mean, it's someone you know. Someone I know? I carefully recalled and tentatively said. Hu Zhen? Su Yang? Li Qingzhu? Yu Feng? It seems that these are the only people I know. At this time, my brother stared intently at Sean. No, he looked at Sean casually. Is it you? Sean was instantly stunned. Is it my father? What does this have to do with my father? After hearing Sean's words, I almost choked on my own saliva. Alas, at this point, I have to criticize my brother's not-so-ordinary Mandarin. I slapped my brother's shoulder hard. Brother, what are you thinking? This is your brother-in-law. My boyfriend. My partner. Do you understand? This child of Kiki has nothing to do with Sean at all. 17. As soon as I finished speaking, Sean peeked at me and was caught red-handed by me. Sean was like a little mouse that had successfully stolen oil. Looking at me full of expectation. Looking at me for what? Do you want me to praise him? Sean's expression was a bit silly. And I felt like laughing a little. Laughing like this. Are you still the one scold and aloof male god in the medical department? I couldn't help complaining in my heart for 800 times. Sean, you are 28 years old this year. Not 18. And even less 8. Don't look at me with such a silly expression. I'm a person with rich inner thoughts. When I'm bored alone, I can stage a big drama in my mind by myself. So, Kiki, who on earth is your male god? Sometimes I call my best friend Chuchi. And sometimes I call her Kiki. Anyway, there's no difference in pronunciation. My male god is Hu Zhen's younger cousin. A not-so-overbearing CEO. The type I like. When he visited my grandfather, I took a liking to him at first sight. And then, oh my god, I couldn't help sighing in my heart. Kiki, you are really wild. I originally thought that the few of us were going to chat idly all afternoon. Unexpectedly, at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, my father came to look for us. He used to go home at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening. Unexpectedly, he went back so early today. Dad, Why are you going back so early today? My brother asked casually. Early? What do you mean by early? My father replied instantly. 12 ha ha ha. Chad. Chad. You wanted to flatter but accidentally flattered the wrong way. Serves you right for being so talkative. You're back so early. The few of us haven't coordinated our stories yet. My brother mumbled casually. And my father gave him a kick. Just like that. My best friend and I got into Sean's car. My father and brother drove back separately. And our group returned home in a mighty procession. Uncle Key is very busy today. He is planning to run for vice dean. So he won't go back for now. Kiki's home is near mine. And our two families have a very good relationship. I originally thought that what happened in the hospital was bizarre enough. But I didn't expect that even more shocking things were yet to come. I was just about to step into the living room of my house when I heard my mother say, Lao Wang. Why don't you come back tonight? I clearly saw my father stagger. It really made me laugh to death. Dad. Take care. Fortunately, my boyfriend was quick-eyed and quick-handed and helped my father, so that my father didn't trip over his shoelaces. I have to mention that my boyfriend is much more useful than my brother. My brother. This idiot. Doesn't know anything and has no sense. My father was about to go in when my mother said another astonishing thing. Lao Wang. Why don't you just stay here? I'll make a call to ask when he'll be back. I had an amused look on my face the whole time. Lao Wang. Who is Lao Wang? Is it the Lao Wang next door? How come I don't know this person? Dad. Dad. Even if you don't have a heart problem, this will scare you into having one. 13. My father entered the room and coughed twice. My mother looked at him with a face full of surprise. Lao Xiao. Why are you back so early today? Lao Wang came to see you. I was just about to tell him to go back and come back to see you tonight. You two talk first. And I'll go wash some fruits. My mother took a few steps before she saw us. Why are you all back? Cheeky. You're here. Come in quickly. Who is this young man? He is so handsome. Is Chad your friend? Come in and sit down. My mother took a lot of fruits from the refrigerator and went into the kitchen. Lao Wang had a kind-looking face. When he smiled, he looked a bit simple and honest and very approachable. My father looked apologetic. Lao Wang. Let's talk another day. I have some family trifles to deal with right now. Lao Wang left. Before leaving, he patted my father on the shoulder. Lao Xiao. Let's play basketball another day. Play basketball? I didn't hear wrong. Did I? My father is almost retired. Well, a jizz not a problem. My father took the lead to sit down and looked at us. All sit down. What's the matter? My mother came over with the fruits and sat down next to my father, looking at us younger generations with great interest. Sherry. Be honest. Who on earth is pregnant? My mother was stunned for a moment. So exciting? My mother has always been a romance novel lover, especially loving CEO-type novels and gossip. I was just about to speak when my father waved his hand. Forget it. Sean. You tell it. Sherry's words are not reliable. I pursed my lips. When my father was in a good mood, he said I was his little sweetie. When he was in a bad mood, he said I was full of nonsense. Alas. My father's words are like lies. 14. Dean. Sean and I are in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. We have been dating for 2 years. I didn't know your relationship with Xiao Ran. Sean and I had some unpleasantness before. But now we have made up as before. I have proposed to visit you many times. But Sherry has never agreed. I snorted twice in my heart. Well. You. Sean. Have become smart. You know how to complain about me. After Sean finished speaking, Cheeky immediately said, Uncle. It's me who is pregnant. It has nothing to do with Xiao Ran. Xiao Ran accompanied me to the hospital and happened to run into my father. So I lied to my father. planning to escape first and explain later. Unexpectedly. You came later. And my father passed the wrong message to you. Cheeky made the matter clear in a few words. Soon. And misunderstandings caused by the three of us, me, Cheeky, and Sean, were resolved. As for my brother, as soon as he told his story, my father was so angry that his beard bristled. It seems that my father also thinks that my brother is not worthy of Sister Yvonne. My brother can escape the death penalty, but he can't escape the living punishment. The few of us don't care much about his outcome and left first. Cheeky planned to go home and call her male god to catch up. I dragged Sean away, planning to go to his place to show my feelings. I was like a boneless person, leaning on Sean's shoulder and refusing to walk. Sean, carry me on your back. I can't walk anymore. Sean gave a charming smile. No, a gentle smile. I have read too many CEO-type novels recently. Whenever I see someone smile, I subconsciously want to use those for words to describe it. Sean took a leave and planned to settle accounts with me. Don't overthink. It has no other meaning. Just the literal meaning. 15. I followed Sean back to his home. It was a small apartment. And usually he lived there alone. With Sean's salary, it is quite difficult to buy such a house in Shanghai. He said it was bought for him by his grandfather. As soon as I entered, I felt comfortable all over. This was the place where Sean and I used to live together. However, it was just co-living. Nothing more. I took the lead to speak. Brother Sean, I'm hungry. Can you cook for me? Acting cocksholes is my trump card. And Sean obediently compromised. If you ask who the most copathous child in the whole family is, it must be me. I have been a super sweet-mouthed little baby since I was a child. As soon as Sean entered the kitchen, I immediately went to his bedroom. Tonight, I want to find something and do a big thing. It was not difficult to find the thing. I just randomly took one of his white shirts from Sean's wardrobe. It is said that a boyfriend's white shirt is more alluring than one's own black silk stockings. Then I must give it a good try. I took a bath and looked at myself in the mirror again and again. Sean, if I, Sherry, don't win you over today, I'll take your surname. Oh, no. It's okay to let my son take your surname too. In the mirror, my face was as red as a monkey's butt. I touched it with my hand and felt it a little hot. Sean called me out for dinner. I hooked his sleeve with my hand and slowly reached into his sleeve. What are we having for dinner? Sean took a look at my outfit, turned around and turned on the air conditioner in the living room. Aren't you cold dressed like this? What on earth are you up to? I put on a stern face. Am I dressed like this so that you can ask me if I'm cold? I'm dressed like this for you to look at. Sean smiled and went back to the bedroom to get a towel and rubbed my hair randomly. Ouch. Be gentler. You're not gentle at all. Sean couldn't help laughing. Who told you not to blow dry your hair when you came out just now? What if you catch a cold? That's because I'm lazy. Laziness is not an excuse. You should be aware of blowing your hair by yourself in the future. If I can blow my hair by myself, what do I need you for? What kind of reason is this? It makes no sense at all. I didn't blow my hair to give you a chance to show yourself. Do you understand? Yes. Sean replied. Tell me, why did you mention breaking up again the other day? Sean suddenly became serious. Ran. The matter of breaking up can't be casually mentioned. I will take it seriously. I'm sorry. Sean. I was wrong. I kept acting coquette's lie. Ran. Think about it yourself. How many times have you mentioned breaking up? When I worked overtime for a long time, you said you wanted to break up. When you failed the college English test Ben 6 for the first time, you said you didn't deserve me and wanted to break up. You stayed up for 7 consecutive nights reading novels on your mobile phone. As a result, you had a terrible headache, chest tightness and shortness of breath. You said you thought you had an incurable disease and wanted to break up with me. Sean counted my sins, one by one. The more I thought about it, the more sinful I felt. Such a wonderful Sean. How could I bear to break up with him? It was my fault. I apologize to you and I promise you that I will never mention breaking up again in the future. Besides, this time the breakup was not all my fault. Wasn't it because you refused to have a baby with me? Sean pulled me to the dining table. Eat quickly. Let's stop talking. Eat what? I grabbed Sean's hand and dragged him to the bedroom. Leaning against his arms and refusing to leave. Didn't you say you were hungry just now? Why don't you want to eat when I've cooked the meal? I whined like a child. Don't ask. I don't want to eat. Sean. Let me ask you. Don't you think I look very beautiful in your shirt? Look at my legs. They are straight and long. Aren't you cold? You really make me angry. Stop asking me if I'm cold. Okay? I opened my mouth ferociously. Sean. To tell you the truth, I thought of the names of our children when I first saw you. It took me 2 years to pursue you before I could win you. This high mountain flower. How difficult it was. Am I dressed so beautifully now just for you to ask me if I'm cold? I tell you, Sean, we have important things to do today. I looked at Sean with a questioning look. Aren't you just a good-looking but useless person? Sean rubbed my head. Why do we need a baby? You're still a baby yourself. I'm about to go crazy. I tell you, Sean, if you don't satisfy me today, I'll break your 2 legs. Sean raised his eyebrows. Why are you so amusing? Xiao Tian. Xiao Wendy. These are the nicknames Sean gave me and I like them very much. Sean. I tight, and his hand. You just mentioned 2 children's names. Then let's put it into practice. Just as Sean was about to speak, I immediately covered his mouth. If you say another word, I'll break your 3 legs. Sean laughed. I got my way. I was so unpromising that I actually laughed out loud. Be focused. Sean's voice was hoarse. Little one. Be focused. Little one. Little one. Don't call me little one. You're the little one. Really? Sean laughed softly twice. Don't talk. Sean is really gentle. He is so gentle. I love him so much. Really? How gentle. My best friend was full of gossip. Tell me quickly. I snorted. Is this something that can be told to others? My best friend snorted like me. I even bought a membership to support the novel you wrote. Is there anything that this member can't listen to? I ignored her. Sean is on duty tonight. On the first day he's not here. I miss him. I miss him. I miss him. I'm going to play at Grandpa's house. My brother is very excited. I asked him why. He said that his biggest dream since he was a child was that my father wouldn't squander Grandpa's hundreds of billions of family property. Isn't it a coincidence? Dad is a great person. He loves work more than wealth. He really hasn't touched Grandpa's money. Then I can inherit this money in the future. I couldn't help laughing and kicked my brother. When I was 5 years old, Grandpa said that everything of his would be mine in the future. Grandma also gave me the ancestral bracelet, saying that it was only passed on to daughters, not sons. My brother snorted coldly. You're talking as if it were true. Who would believe it? I couldn't help rolling my eyes. Anyway, I've told him. It's up to him whether to believe it or not. On Saturday, my brother went to see my grandparents first, and I took Sean to see them right after. My position is unshakable. When I brought my partner home, Grandpa was extremely excited. He held Sean's hand and asked all kinds of questions. Grandpa took a sip of tea and said to Grandma, "Oh, look at this young man. He is very handsome and gentle. He has a good height and a good-looking face. He is also a doctor with a stable job. I always said that our granddaughter has a good taste." My brother wanted to show his presence. But unfortunately Grandpa didn't want to see him. You're not young anymore and still not married. Why are you always wandering in front of me? Grandpa then chatted with me casually. Before that business friend of mine said he would introduce his grandson to you. Unexpectedly. Ran. You are so excellent. Without us introducing for you. You've already found a boyfriend. I laughed twice. I like being praised by others the most. Is that friend's grandson handsome? I asked casually. Just this one question made Sean jealous. Grandpa shook his head. I haven't seen him, but my friend is an old handsome man. So his grandson should be not bad either. Lena. What was Shenji and Dee's wife's name? I remember she was as beautiful as you when she was young. Her name is Lin. Grandma answered briskly. What was his grandson's name then? I asked casually again. I've forgotten his formal name. His nickname was Rgou two dogs. I laughed unkindly. Don't laugh. It's the tradition of our older generation. A humble name is easier to raise a child. Grandpa. Sean suddenly said. My grandpa is Shenji and Dee. My grandma is Lin. My nickname is Rgou. And my family lives in Pudong. Is that friend you mentioned my grandpa? Grandpa said it was such a coincidence. At this time, my brother came to join in the fun again. Grandpa. I want to discuss something with you. My friend gave me a little white dog. It is very obedient. But there is no one to feed it for me at my place. And my father and mother are not willing to help me either. So I want to bring it to you and Grandma, and let you feed it for me usually. You're daydreaming. Grandpa snorted coldly. There are already 2 dogs at home. Isn't it enough? Grandpa. Is the power of your reading glasses not enough? Where are there 2 dogs at home? Isn't there only Ben? My brother asked humbly. Isn't a single dog also a dog? Grandpa was very angry. And my brother was silent. My brother looked at me resentfully. Did you teach Grandpa to surf the internet? I sighed. My brother. Sometimes. Just doesn't have a clear understanding of his position. In the evening, Sean and I were very affectionate. Ran. It suddenly occurred to me. Why didn't you tell me before that the dean was your father? It's nothing. I just didn't want to tell you. You are so excellent and don't need my father to open a back door for you. Then why didn't you let me visit your parents before? It's nothing. I just felt that dating without my parents' knowledge seemed more exciting. Sean was speechless. I'm so happy. Sean. You silly and sweet boy. Smile for me. I started to be a little mischievous. Sean could hardly bear it. Once you bought it. It's a bargain. No returns allowed. I was extremely proud. Sean, let me tell you a little story. I made it up myself. Go ahead. I'm listening. Long ago, there was a little monster. It liked to eat fried chicken and drink cola. Every day it would go to KFC to have the family-sized meal. One day, it was late and the cola was sold out. So it went to ZHI, who captured Bohij Wangkil mint hitting cola. It was not a big deal originally. But Bohij Wangkil still had 10 pits unfinished stories to fill. So her readers were worried and they all gave her thumbs up to accumulate energy for her. Finally, Bohij Wangkil finally escaped and filled all the pits. Sean was about to fall asleep while listening, and I was also drowsy. Sean. I suddenly became sober. In another month. It will be my 23rd birthday. Shall we get married? Okay. In the darkness. Sean held my hand tightly. I only wish to be with him all my life. Extra story half a year later. We were playing a game of I have'n. Cheeky was the first to speak. I have a baby in my belly. Recently, she and her male god had reached the stage of getting married. I leaned against Sean's arms. Husband. It's your turn. I have someone in my arms. A gentle voice rang out. Wonderful. I cleared my throat. I have love in my heart. Sister Yvonne was holding a red marriage certificate in her hand, and was in an extremely good mood. My brother was looking at Sister Yvonne. Oh no. I should call her sister-in-law now. My brother kept staring at my sister-in-law with a worthless smile on his face. Maybe because he was distracted. When it was his turn, he couldn't say a word. After a while, he opened his mouth. I have a hole in my head. Is this okay? We laughed unkindly. Only my brother was hurt in this world. Extra story: the twin children are 3.5 years old this year. And I'm very worried. Wendy is okay. She is cute and obedient. But Ronnie is not. If you ask me what I'm most afraid of, it is teaching Ronnie to do his kindergarten homework. Mom, can I go and play for a while before doing my homework? No. Hurry up and do it. Your sister has already finished her homework long ago. Only yours is left. Mom, my classmate said he wants to be a school bully in the future. Does being a school bully mean that if I smile at him, he has to call me daddy? I was speechless and rubbed his head. Hurry up and do it. Sean is back from work. Great. I can escape. A disaster is about to start. Sean looks kindly. Ronnie, what is 5 apples plus 5 bananas? Ronnie answers very confidently. None. Not a single one left. How could there be none? Ronnie gives a sly smile. Because I ate them all. Sean takes 2 deep breaths. Ronnie, let's stop doing math for now. Let's do Chinese instead. Okay? Today's Chinese is picture-based speaking. This question is very easy. Let's look at the picture first. Ronnie stares at the picture again and again. Dad. Look. Look quickly. This puppy is so fat. Ronnie, you are supposed to describe the picture. Not just look at the dog. Look at that picture. Isn't it a child washing his father's feet in the picture? Ronnie shakes his head. Not necessarily. He might be washing his grandpa's feet. Sean pats his heart. Okay. Let's assume he is washing his grandpa's feet. Ronnie shakes his head again and shows a pure and innocent smile. It could also be that he is washing his brother's feet. This is obviously inappropriate. The age doesn't match. Humph. I say it can be and it can be. Ronnie looks at me. Mom, don't you think so? Yes. 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 Mom, do you think I'm great? Yes. 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 All I can do is agree with every word this 3.5-year-old kid says. Ronnie, don't get me an apple. Sean gives up. Do you want a red apple? A green apple or a yellow apple? As long as it's edible. Do you want a big apple? A small apple or a medium-sized apple? Sean shakes his head hopelessly. I don't want an apple anymore. Don't get me a banana. Ronnie chuckles. Dad, I ate all the bananas. Then go get me a ham sausage. Okay? I fed the ham sausage to the dog. I'm really impressed by this kid. He's such a chatterbox. At this moment, it's really a scene of a kind father and a noisy son, with shouts here and there. 21st side story on Double 11 Shopping Festival. When Sean comes back from work, Ronnie immediately runs to the door with a water gun. Dad, don't move. I'll count to 3. And then you say, surrender. Ronnie is like a little bandit, while Wendy is different. She slowly runs over and says in a babyish voice, Dad, give me a hug. Sean bends down and gently picks Wendy up and gives her a kiss. Kiss on the right side too. Wendy's voice is so sweet. I finally understand why Ronnie is so annoying. With a little girl like a warm-hearted, little cotton-padded jacket around. How could that naughty boy be likable? On Double 11. While others are shopping, Sean is helping me rank up in the game. Are you any good? Hit him. Sean. Chase him quickly. I'm giving instructions all the way. And Sean is losing ground continuously. Lost again. Lost again. Why are you so stupid? Every time you play on your own phone, you win. But as soon as you help me rank up, you die miserably. Ran. Don't give random instructions. Every time you open your mouth, I'm bound to lose. I hum twice and give Sean a peck on the face. Originally. If you had one, I could have rewarded you with 2 kisses. But since you keep losing, there's only one today. Do you understand? Sean smiles like a fool. Why are you so childish? Sean and I walk out of the bedroom. Ronnie and Wendy are both playing in the living room. See you. One day. Eat. 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 See you fat. Ronnie is teaching his puppy. Chihuahua Gan. Do you think my English is good? I can't help but laugh. This English. He has learned it really well. Not a single sentence is correct. I take a look at Chihuahua Gan. It's a Exia CC dog. With a red nose and green eyes. Sean brought it back for Ronnie when he was on a business trip. It's very obedient. But just not very beautiful. There are 2 pets at home now. A kitten and a puppy. The puppy is called Chihuahua Gan and is Ronnie's playmate. And the kitten is called Wang Wang and is Wendy's playmate. Sean is holding Wendy and playing. And Ronnie is lying on the floor playing with Chihuahua Gan. I can't help but take a few pictures. I'm so happy right now. At night. Sean hugs me and smiles foolishly. What are you doing? I scold him gently. Giving my Ran a double 11 gift. Really? I'm a bit surprised. Where is my gift? It's me. Sean answers with a smile. Ah? Then I don't want it. Change it. No change. Sean gently kisses my forehead. The night is charming. And Sean makes my heart flutter. I give him a response.